Well, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Close enough there for the countdown, 10 seconds. Hey, I got the transition over real quick, but I forgot to sync up the music on that one. Anyway, we're back. What is going on, guys? Kind of a surprise stream this afternoon here. I wasn't planning on streaming at all today. I actually wasn't even planning on being around. And some plans changed, and I ended up being home, and the wife's out doing her thing, and I went to the office, and I was popping around the Discord. I'm like, maybe I should do a stream today because I'm home. I got the time off right now. Let's see if we can do something. I put a little poll in Discord. Everybody wanted to see a stream. I hopped on YouTube, and daggone, about like 537 YouTubers are streaming today. So very busy airspace. I didn't really anticipate that, but a lot of Q400 stuff popping off now, which is very, very exciting. Love to see that. This stream is for all of those who have the have FOMO of turboprops. You guys know I love turboprops myself, so maybe we're feeling a little bit sad that it's not quite out yet, but it looks like it's just around the corner. I'm super excited for it. So we're going to fly a little Flight Factor Airbus today for us over here on the V1 channel. So I'm hoping you guys are excited to see this. We got our lovely Carda engines going on here, and we're in a very special livery. Okay, this is a very special livery to me. Asiana Airlines, for those that don't know, when I was a flight instructor, back in my flight instructor days, I was actually subcontracted out to do flight training for Asiana students, for Asiana pilots. So they'd send them over to us, and we'd train them from zero to hero, and then they'd go do some jet time transition in, I believe, in LA or Southern California, and then they head over and start flying airplanes around. So spent a lot of time with those guys, had some great relationships, built great relationships with a couple of the guys over there, had some really fun times. I'll have some stories we'll be able to tell on the way over. Short flight, though. Short flight today, so we're going to make it a little bit more interesting. We're going to pretend that the APU is completely in op. We're going to do a ground air start. We're going to do a crossbleed start, and we're going to fly up to, I keep forgetting the name of the airport. Pull up my chart here. I can't think of the name of it now. Anyway, back into Korea. What the heck is the name of the airport? Anyway, we'll figure it out. Hope you guys are ready. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. It's a little too quiet for me. Let's get some sounds going on here. First things we're going to do, cold and dark airplane. We got our 27.7. We'll go ahead, battery 1, battery 2. We'll power up here. The lights are on, and we'll go ahead and connect ground power. Let the airplane boot up. We'll take a look at these juicy Carda engines here while we sit on the ground. Have a nice sunset flight over there today. Shout out to a couple of new members, Team Vodka, good to see you. Max Rank, Niels Christensen, Scott Rashley, Spacing Out with Ginger, good to see you. Swarm, best surprise of the day, thank you, sir, I appreciate that. Max Rank, I think I already said your name. Max Rank, double hello there to you, sir, good to see you. Andy Holman, what's going on, man? He says, yeah, lots of Q400 videos, live videos going on. Did you get the beta too? No, I did not. I did not get an invitation to the beta, unfortunately. But yeah, I noticed, I saw Captain Canada was streaming. I watched his Innsbruck approach, was pretty sweet. And then Kuwait pilot went live, and then I was just thinking, wow, everybody's streaming today. So should be a good day. You have plenty of wonderful content to choose from out there. Wojtek, good to see you. Christian, what's going on, man? Glad to see you. Alexandra Bellini, David Relic, and Mr. Martini. Hello, hello. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get the airplane completely powered up here. That's on. That's good. Let's go up on our overhead. We're rocking the BSS pack all the way through today. So we'll go get ground control on. CVR test. Listen to the CVR here. Ulsan, thank you. It is Ulsan. I'm going to turn down X-plane just a little bit there. CVR test is good. We'll go ADIRS 1, ADIRS 2, ADIRS 3. On that, wait for that to extinguish. 2 fault lights here, that's normal. ANA uses CFM Carda. So I wanted to use the CFMs today, if you would be so kind, but you didn't answer my tag in Discord. But yeah, I found out Asiana uses IAEs anyway, so no harm, no foul, man. Next time, yes, we need to be in the CFM mod for sure. I'm looking forward to those, man. All right, ADIRS are aligned. We're going to keep everything off. Nav into position 1 because I'm going to be flying us up there. Seatbelts off, no smoking, auto. Arm the emergency exit lights. Cabin pressurization, that's in auto. Overhead here for the, I'm going to go ahead and turn the dome light on here. The clouds are ruining my sunset. And let's go ahead, integral lights are all the way up. Okay. That looks good. Conditioning looks good. Tank pumps are off. Quick fire test here. and we'll do 2. We're not going to test the APU today because it's inoperative. We're just going to assume that there is an INOP sticker, MEL sticker up here. We cannot test the APU. James, welcome to Commercial Pilot, sir. Glad to have you on the channel. Welcome aboard! Exclamation point. Welcome for your new perks. I just released a quick little shorts video as well today for all of my members out there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm not out on a trip right now. I just... normally when I go out on a trip, I post some members-only updates of where I'm at, where I'm flying. And today, I was just going through my phone. I had some leftover footage that I never really put in any of the shorts, so I kind of put it all together and gave a little shorts video out there for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. All right, everything looks good. Look at that current nav database. Look at that. Look at that, Christian. Look at that, man. All set up here like a professional. 22.8 should be Unicom. I think I did see another aircraft out there. I think it is Christian out here on VATSIM. We are on VATSIM. 22.8 for Unicom is set. Everything else is off. Everything else looks good here. Park brake is set. That is stowed. And we'll just go ahead and squawk 2000 since we don't have anything in the box right now. Carda says, I was in the middle of work. Work change, unfortunately, that time. No worries, Carda. I'm just messing with you, man. No worries at all. Is the audio okay? I feel like the fans are extremely loud. Oh, man, look at this. Look at this engine, though. All right. Let's go ahead and program the box here. We'll come down to this mode. Actually, before I do that, let's pop that out. We'll go to plan mode like we should. About 20-mile range. Down here to the display units. Pop out our information, and let's initialize this aircraft. Where's the... there it is. Make this DU a little bit bigger. All right, we're going to be operating from RJOB over to what's the name? RKPU? RKPU, I believe. Yes. All right. Vodka, you need to get into voice chat. You guys, hopefully I'll be able to stop by after the stream if y'all are still around. All right, we're operating as Asiana Flight 357. A cost index, it's a short one. Let's do 25 up there today. Flight level 320. I don't care what the paperwork says. I think I put the wrong flight level in there. We're going to go 32,000. This is 36 plus 8. Let's just add a few degrees. Let's call it maybe plus 3. So we'll do minus 45 on the temp. Triple pause today is at 44,000 feet. Throw that in there. IRS on it. Align, confirm. Beautiful. Ground temp is plus 14. That works for me. All right, here we go. Donation. Time for the departure. TJSJ. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for the $5 donation. I appreciate that, sir. $5 tip. I don't see a message with it, but I appreciate your donation here on the channel, man. Thank you for your support. I sincerely appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the content. And let's pull this up here. So the departure, we'll go ahead and put the 10.9 up, and then the departure is a reversal. The Kibby reversal 6, I believe. So this one's pretty interesting. We're going to be departing off of I'm off of runway 7. What's active sky saying for winds? 340 at 4. Yeah, we're going to take off runway 7. We're going to fly the reversal. David says I should have brought my beagles to the office today. You know, it was funny because Wednesday is the day where my wife we have a sitter come out, and she gets to go do whatever she wants to do, just get some time off, get away from the kids, because she's always with them. And typically I'm either working or I'll go out with her. We'll have a day together. But it just worked out that she was doing her thing and I had nothing to do, and I almost brought my beagle to the office, at least one of them. But then I was thinking, what if she goes pee somewhere? I don't know. I'd be stressed out about her the whole stream, so I left her at home. All right, we're going to be on the OI6 Romeo insert. From there, we're going to join a Yankee 3-9. Now, this departure is pretty cool. It's a full reversal procedure turn. Yankee 3-9, Yankee 3-8, and then Gulf 5, 85. Sapra. From there, we're going to Bolga. I'll tell you right now, we're probably not going to fly this whole flight plan. Bolga, insert. And from there, we're going to do the VOR approach today. I know you guys want to mix it up. We're going hardcore today. We're going to do the VOR 3.6 on an arc. VOR, no star, but we're going to do an approach via Hagu insert. And then I'm going to just connect these for this stream purposes. So basically, it's going to be a right turn, course reversal departure, and there is our arc on the VOR. What is the name of this? Ulsan? Is it Ulsan? I think it's Ulsan Airport.
Donation.
TJSJ coming in for another $5 bomb. Excuse me. Thanks, man. There's your message on that one. Thank you for putting out great content. I very much do enjoy it. Hey, TJSJ, thank you so much for the double dono there. I appreciate that very sincerely. I'm glad you're enjoying the content, and I enjoy putting it out. Excuse me, I got something in my throat. Did you know you can tune 22.0 for ATIS and Active Sky? I had no idea. If that's true, you just made my day. Let's find out. 22 nothing. Fake news. Maybe you need an updated version or something? I wish. That would be really cool. Maybe I'm missing something, Andy Holman. Is there something I can do to get ATIS on Active Sky? That would be really awesome. But yeah, 22 nothing. I got nothing right here right now, but it might be an Active Sky issue. Maybe I need an updated version. I think I'm running. No, I've got the most recent version. Maybe there's something I can change in my settings. I'll look into that. All right, our flight plan is in the box. That looks good. Let's quickly get a secondary going in here. RJOB. I don't know why I like saying that. I feel like it's gonna get me in trouble. RJOB, secondary, arrival. Should we pop a motor, need to come back, we'll do the ILS 7 Zulu, secondary, perf. They don't care about anything but the stuff back in here. Right now they're showing 1018 outside on the meter. Temperature, oh, it wants it in freedoms. Alright, so 1018 is 3005. 3005. Temperature off the ECAM 14 degrees. Wind is calm. We'll just call it 0 for 0. And we're going to put a 200 in the DH. Not anticipating to use that, but we got it set. RadNav, this is something we might take a look at here. Active Sky is up and running. I think I have to set the config option. Let me check that. Let me finish this real quick here. Let me get the rest of this loaded up here. Let me get the chart. Departure 10-3. I'm going to hard tune. This is one of those departures where I will hard tune the departure. OYE is hard tuned. Kibby is set. Prague page. We'll just put our departure airport in there. Our job perf data. Then we'll leave it at that. You know what? I think I set the time incorrectly. I did. I need to back it up 1 hour, guys. I'm sorry. We needed to be departing at like 7:22 should be our wheels off time. This is going to mess with the... definitely going to mess with the ETE en route, but that's all right. Team Vodka says your Active Sky isn't working. No, it's definitely working, man. Because I can go here and I can go... And it shows it's running from the custom METAR from Active Sky. I'll check my settings here in just a moment. 1018 in hectopascals, which should give us about field elevation, right? Let's see, what are we showing? It's measured 804. Yeah, it's working. That's a proper meter. 1018 set across the board. All right, let's load up the aircraft here. As far as passengers and fuel, we don't need all this gas. We only need about 5.3. We'll call it 5.7. Let's go ahead and set that. Passengers, let's load it up. Cargo will take a decent load, about halfway or so. We'll set that. Should make for a fun landing into Ulsan. Pretty short runway up there. Not super short, but it is shorter. That looks good. Alright, I guess we can start closing things up. Let's get rid of him. Let's start getting rid of these. Let's close the baggage loaders. Let's go perf data. That looks good. We're going to go ahead and set that. Init B page here. 58.4. 25.8. That is set. That looks good. Perf speeds. 132. Flaps 1 yoga out of here is set. Beautiful. Get the VOR indicators up. Top altitude last thing here, and then we are going to start our preparations for a flaps, I'm sorry, a no ground start. I don't think your plugin is working. When it does, you can't get METAR Navitab. It's incompatible. Well, let's see. It says no weather information available. Let me look here. Settings. I thought I saw something about this here. Options. Audio. ATIS. Wow, 12205. 12205. Let me try that. Enable voice on it. Okay. Oh, it's 122.0. Oh, maybe it is 122.0. 122.0. If 122.0 here. Flight plan. Do I have to put in my actual flight plan with waypoints and stuff? Would that make a difference? Because I just did a direct GPS. It says X-plane connected, real-time mode is active. Interesting. I'm not sure why it wouldn't pull up. Not sure. Not sure at all. Volume is up. Flight plan loaded. So it's not the exact flight plan, Steve. A volume mixer in Windows. Nope, active sky volume is up. Well, that's up as well. Check your active sky volume. Oh, well, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Let's see, let's go back here. Options. I'm going to turn it off and then turn it back on. ATIS flight watch. Oh, hold on, I don't have an audio device. There we go. Let's do that. Do it right to the headset. Okay. Selected audio volume. Just do 50. For inches or QNH? I want QNH since we're out here.
Romeo, Juliet,
Whoa.
Oscar, Bravo, airport
Whoa.
information, Kilo 1912, Zulu, weather,
now.
wind 358.
Okay. All right. Well, it works now. We got it. We got it. All right. That's the last way I want to figure out. That's the last way I want to pull up an ATIS. I haven't had to listen to ATIS since I was a freight dog, man. All right. Let's go ahead and get this airplane set up. As you guys know, we are going to be using no APU. So we got to talk about a couple things here. Let's go ahead and close the door. We'll go ahead and service passenger. We'll go ahead and remove that. Hopefully the door will then close. And I'm going to come on to the overhead here. We're going to go ahead and turn the beacon on. We're going to get our fuel pumps on. Seatbelt sign on. And they might do an announcement back here. Turn up my volume. Well, we're definitely not on American today. Alright, so what we need to do is do a ground air start. Now I've done this a couple times in my videos on the pre-recorded videos, but we're gonna do it here on a live stream. So this is something that happens not frequently, but it does happen where you have to use ground air to start the engines. The way we configure this is we're going to connect an external air hose under the belly fairing, and it will provide high pressure air to start engines. Typically on this configuration, you're going to start engine number 2 first, because a lot of times, at least in the US anyway, they place the ground cart on the left side of the aircraft or in front of engine 1. Or at the very least, the air hose will go in front of engine 1. So to disconnect, you don't want someone walking in front of a running engine, right? So what we do is then we start engine 2 at the gate. Now, this is not something that has to be done. You can start engine 1 first. It would just have to be briefed with the ground crew, and you'd have to make sure everybody is on the same page for a ground air start. TJSJ, thank you so much for another $2 bomb. Have you ever flown Boeing or just Airbus? I've never flown a Boeing. Closest thing I've flown to Boeing was the Embraer series. So I've never flown a Boeing. Thanks again for your support, man. So let's go ahead. Alexander, yes, that's exactly what it is. This is the last leg, and we got to catch a commute home. So to configure, I don't have my actual full-blown checklist in front of me, but it essentially says everything I'm going to tell you. What we need to do now is isolate airflow to the cabin, because when we connect that ground cart, and you'll see it's modeled, you don't want to blow any of that air into the packs, get it into the cabin. There's pathogens in there. It can give you bad allergies, or worse, it can infect your lungs and all that. So it's not very good. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the packs, and we're also going to turn off the engine bleed. Now, I'm only turning off engine 1 bleed because the receiving engine, engine number 2, which we're going to start first at the gate, is going to remain on. I'm also going to select the crossfeed to the open position. At this point, I am now ready to receive high pressure air from the ground crew. So let's do our pre-flight check, maintenance log, tail number on board and check, cockpit prep complete, gear pins, cover, remove signs. They are on an auto. 8 we're nav and fuel. 5.2 required, 5.7 on board. Everything else is pretty much set. Cool. 2,000 squawk. Our 4-star checklist is complete. So now, cockpit to ground. Are you guys ready for air? Yes, we are ready for air. We'll go over here and we'll go ahead and connect the air start unit. At this point, I'm going to move the ignition start switch to ignition start. And you will see that we have bleed pressure, 46 psi from the ground cart. Now, if we go outside, watch your ears, this might be a little bit loud. This is exactly what it sounds like. So you can see, here is our air start cart, our huffer cart. Sometimes it's a bottle. They run this hose under the number 1 engine, goes into the high pressure fairing right in the fuselage there. The cross bleed is open, so we have bleed air pressure running to engine 2 for the start sequence. It is at this point we'll get clearance from ground control and let them know, hey, we're starting an engine here at the gate. We'll say Asiana 357, roger. Engine start approved at the gate, as eyes ready for pushback. All right, and you see if you're a passenger out this window, you'll see this here, hose running underneath that. So let's go ahead and start engine number 2. Yeah, that's how loud it is outside. It really is. It's about that loud too. It's pretty deafening. These are all BSS sounds through and through. Slam Cannon, what's going on, man? The hacker himself has returned. Just messing, man. Glad to see you're back. All right. Air bleed 1 off. Clear the caution. Clear air. Clear air. Status normal. All right. We got good indications on engine 2. We'll go ahead and move the ignition start switch back to normal. Overhead, we're going to leave it exactly like this until we disconnect the ground air. Cockpit to ground. Go ahead, Captain. We're good. Good start on number 2. You can go ahead and disconnect the air start unit. Roger, disconnecting air. Now they'll go ahead and pull the air. Once the air has been removed, we're going to go ahead and wait about, 30 seconds or so, so that bleed air can just flush out of the system. We don't have any residual pathogens or anything in the bleed system, or in the packs anyway. So we got the bleed on for number 2, but the packs are off, so we're not pumping any of that air into the cabin. We're going to let it flow out the exhaust. So now that we got a number 2 online, we no longer need the external power. We'll disconnect from there. At this point, I'll also say cockpit to ground, you're clear to disconnect ground power and pull chocks. So they'll pull chocks, they'll move the ground power. They'll say, Roger, Captain, all that is good, and we'll get a pushback truck out to the aircraft.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
We're going to go straight back.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, it's been about 45 seconds. It's getting hot in the cabin, probably. In the summertime, this absolutely sucks if you have to do this. Luckily, it's not that hot where we are today. So we're going to go ahead and go pack 2 on. And crossbleed's going to stay open for right now. Pack 2 is on. Pack 1 is off. Engine 1 bleed is off as well. All right. Now, some guys, depending on your SOP, you may do your whole after start checklist right now, but at the gate here, sitting with an engine running, I'm not going to do any flap configurations or anything like that. We're just going to push back, and then we'll do everything from there. Looks like we got traffic out there.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Let me turn up the audio. Okay, I'm a traffic. Asiana 357, we're going to be pushing straight back. Slam Cannon says you're a hack. Discord won't give me your account back.
Traffic. Asiana 298 pushing back, stand 6, straight back.
Alright, he's pushing back. He's almost ready downstairs.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, brakes release, clear to push.
Starting pushback.
Now you'll hear that ATU, or the PTU there for a second. Because we do not have the yellow pump running. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have the green system running. We don't have engine 1 running, so we have to get pressure over to the green system via the PTU. Can the bleed from 2 start 1? Yes, Mike's basement, that's what we're going to do. So we're pushing back, hopefully not in a Jetstar. We're going to do a cross-bleed start next. Now on this, in real life, if we had a long taxi out, I'd consider doing a cross-bleed start later on. Cross-bleeds, you do have to call up for, depending on where you are, say, hey, in the ground, we're going to need to do a cross-bleed start. Let me know what you can do. Is that a Hawk? I don't know, some fighter jet or something just flew by. That was pretty sweet. So we'll have to, that guy is ripping. But we're just going to do our cross bleed here on the ramp before we taxi out. Looks like we have mismatching sceneries there. That's all right. Nose wheel steering disconnect is normal. We do have accumulator pressure for the parking brake once pushback is complete. I am not going to start engine 1 during pushback with a cross bleed. That's a big no-no. What if you have an air AC cart hooked up? What do you mean, what if we have it on? Chris, you can definitely have the low pressure air hooked up outside as well to keep conditioning the cabin. But remember, once you hook up that high pressure cart to start engines, we shut the packs off anyway. So they would, I don't think you can run both hoses at the same time. I'd have to look into that. For For some reason, I'm kind of drawing a blank. I don't think I've seen that situation where we've had both hoses to the aircraft at the same time. I think you can only do one or the other. Because once you apply high pressure air, you're going to shut the packs off anyway.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Park brake set, clear or disconnect.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Well, Ryan, what's going on, man? Okay, I'm a traffic Asiana 357. We're going to be doing a crossbleed start here on the REM. We'll advise when we're ready to taxi. Slam, I know Jetstar is off on an excursion. At this point, we've done no checklist. This is how, if you get distracted, it's things like this where you have different situations. You got to do a ground start, a crossbleed start. It's times like this where mistakes can be made.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Roger that. Thanks for the smooth push. We'll see you next time. It's times like these where distractions can lead to mistakes in configuration for takeoff. Now, luckily, modern airplanes, we all have takeoff config warnings. But back in the day, people weren't so lucky. There were lives lost in situations like this. The crew gets distracted, something slightly abnormal happens, it throws you out of your sequence, you forget to extend the flaps, or you forget to set the trim, or whatever it may be. So this is why I don't do flaps, and I just wait until we get the second engine started, then I do everything as normal to get us back on a normal sequence. They are clear. There's the tug, tow, and pin. We're good to go. We'll give him a wave off signal with the light. Now we're going to set up for the crossbleed. Up to the overhead. Receiving engine bleed is going to come on. We are going to kill both packs again. So we need to use all the pressure for engine starting. We're going to shut off both packs. Hopefully your cabin is cooled down a little bit. If not, it's going to get hot again here while we do a crossbleed start. Crossfeed valve is still in the open position. We're going to take bleed pressure from number 2 and send it right over to engine number 1. Ignition switch to ignition start. Now I'm going to, the limit is 40% N1, but you're really looking for about 40 PSI or 38 PSI to start. So as I increase the thrust on the number 2 engine, look at the PSI change. Now back in older aircraft, A80s and stuff like that, you really had to jack it up there. Airbus is pretty good, you only need about 30%. So there we go, we're 30% N1, 38 PSI. Let's go ahead and start engine 1. And you'll see it actually dropped down during the start sequence here, which is pretty cool. No, maybe not. Thought you normally did. Once you click that switch, it's sometimes you see this drop down. Not so much, I guess, with the crossbleed. You'll notice we have ignition AB here. That's because we moved the engine start switch back to normal and then back to the ignition start position. Normally you just have ignition A or ignition B, but because we toggled it normal then back on after we started 1, we get both igniters here. Very, very small detail, but nice to see that modeled here by Flight Factor. Sounds like we've got a good start on number 1. Bring that power back to idle. After that's back to idle, we'll go ahead and put this into the normal position. Arm the spoid brakes. We're doing a flaps 1 takeoff. We'll extend flaps position 1. Like those flap sounds, pretty darn good. And up to the overhead. Pack 1 can come online, Pack 2 can come online, cross bleed into the auto position. After start checklist. Engine NII soft, yellow electric pump is off, rudder trim is 0. After start checklist is complete. I forget what our trim setting was supposed to be. Up 0.6. Set. Alright, FSR check is complete. Okayama traffic, Asiana 357, with me taxi at runway 07, Okayama. Taxi light on, brakes off.
Okayama traffic, Asiana 298 behind company traffic, taxi to 07. Okayama.
The only two Airbuses that Asiana has are in Okayama right now. Love it. Oop, I got my tiller bound to my yoke. Let's go ahead and get out of here. I love these engines, Carda. Freaking game-changing IAE engines. I mean, how freaking juicy do these things look, huh? If you haven't hit the like button already, hit the like button for crossbleed starts and IAE engine mods for Carda Jowol. I'm gonna get my adjusted here so I can actually use the side stick. Let's get out of here. Oh, nice. Look at that guy taking off. Rotate. Catch up here. Oh, nice. Love it. All right, back on the center line. Get it together. Get it together. All right, now that we're straight on a taxiway, let's do our after-start check. Let's do a taxi check. Flight controls, full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder. Oh, full left, full right-ish, neutral. What's cool about the Sound Pack BSS, listen to the hydraulic strain here when we move the control surfaces. That's pretty cool. Just the slightest hiccup moving the flight control surfaces. Man, it's been a while since I've been in the flight factory. It's kind of refreshing, actually. All right, let's do auto brakes max, takeoff config check. TCAS is on. That's going on in auto. TARA. Cabin. Oh, yeah. One thing I don't like about flight factor. Cabin ready. We're ready to go. Mountainous terrain is around here, so let's go ahead and turn the terrain mode on. Christian, you're on the grass, man. I've got a little scenery here, that's why. Is that a hawk? Or something over there? What is that? Hold on, we gotta look at this. There's like a Hawk T1A. Yeah, that's awesome. Alright. The sound is freaking juice. Listen to that. Just the low power setting. The fuel pumps, all the pumps running in the background. That high-pitched whine. Absolutely love it. Alexandra says, I'm waiting for the CFM as well. You're more of a CFM guy? Hey, I'm ready to fly the CFMs. I love the IAEs. I'll always be an IAE fan, but Carda CFMs will get me in a CFM aircraft right off the bat. Hopefully we have a good Asian livery. Let's see, if we're going to be, I think our next flight, I think we're going to peace out from Korea, head over to China, I think is our next stop. So does Air China, do they fly CFMs? Maybe we can do a CFM flight with Air China. I'll leave it up to Carda. I said, well, hey, I don't care when you release your CFM motors, just make sure it comes with a native Asian carrier livery pack, whether it be all white or something, who knows. I thought that Air China had CFMs, I don't know. I always felt the BSS for the 320 were better than the BSS Rotolis. Slam, I agree. there's something about, you know, other than, I don't know, the 319, I think the 320 is better than the Tolless as far as the BSS pack, the work he did. And then I think the 319 Tolless is better than the 321 BSS pack. And I think it has to do, I don't know what it has to do with, but it almost seems like, you know, his first pack that it released for the Flight Factor took the most amount of time, made sure every little detail, and then, you know, the 319 and then the 321 felt kind of rushed to me. I don't know, that's just my assumption. I enjoy them all, but I definitely agree with you. I think the Flight Factor pack has just a little bit more to it. All right, we'll go ahead and stop here. We'll set the brake real quick. We'll make sure we got everything done. Brake set. Before takeoff checklist. Camera crew advisor. Oh no, that's before landing checklist. I don't have my checklist with me. That's fine. Takeoff all green. That is set. We're going up to 320. This guy's on the flight plan page. Are you guys ready? I didn't hear what he said. Oh, that's Viper 2. Okay, I'm traffic. Asiana 357, departing runway 7. We're doing the reverse departure. We'll report at a 5,000 feet. Okayama. All right, here we go. Let's slide it up and get out of here. Well, not very good to do a cinematic lineup on this scenery because apparently we're going to taxi over some lights. Max taxi speed 30 knots. Donut, 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 coming in with the $1 bomb. Thank you, sir. Says, hey, V1 Donut, welcome to the stream, man. Good timing as we just get ready to take off here. Beautiful, Asiana. I got to go uphill here. Got a little bit of juice. The slope runway. Now, how about that lineup for professionalism? That's a 320 lineup if I ever seen one. You guys ready?
Okay, I'm a traffic behind departing company 320 lining up 07. Okay, I'm on.
All right, you guys ready? Spool them up 50. Yoga. I love it. Man, Toga SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Thrust set. 100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly by, watch your ears. Oh, yes, sir. Look at that beautiful shot. Hit the like button for that. Come on, people. That is beautiful. Yoga's in chat with IAE engines. Doesn't get much better than that. It really doesn't. It really doesn't get much better than that. We got a high acceleration altitude. We'll keep rocking this view for a minute. One more flyby at Toga. Gosh, that's awesome. There's acceleration altitude. Nice thrust reduction sound. I don't think there's thrust reduction in the toll list for some reason. Or sound, anyway, in the sound pack. And there is our S speed. We'll go ahead and go flap 0. Okay, I'm a traffic, Asiana 357. We're at 5,000 feet on the reversal, turning back towards the airport. Last call, Okayama.
Okay, I'm on traffic, Asiana 298, taking off 07. Okay, I'm on.
All right, he's taking off. We're at 5,000 feet. We got to go all the way out to Oscar Yankee Echo 9er. I just can't, I don't know which view to get on. I haven't flown this airplane in so long. Just beautiful. This is like the juice view right here, though. Come on. That is straight juice right there. So I literally was about to check out enhanced skyscapes because some people said that skyscapes is a little bit better than on performance than the cloudscapes. And then I saw the picture of X-Plane 12 and I said, nope, I'm just going to wait. Here we go in the turn.
Subscriber ahead.
Berto 360, what's going on, man? Thank you for the $5 bomb. He says, oh, baby. Berto 360. I can't quite make out what engine is in your profile picture there. It looks awful Airbus-y to me, though. I don't know if that's an IAE motor. Can't really tell from here. But I'll tell you what, Berto, that's pretty much your profile pic right now, isn't it? Thank you for the $5 bomb, man. I appreciate your support on the channel, sir. Look at these lovely engines. Carda, Carda, Carda. You are just killing it, man. We're just hand flying this puppy today. Overspeeding a little bit there out of 10,000, not a problem. Orion Vic says that sound is pure music. I agree, Orion. For those wondering when I'm going to turn, I'll turn it down here once we're at 10,000 feet a little bit. We're just getting the full juice here. Full juice on the departure rollout. Look at this shot here. A little bit of wing flex. Wow, flight factor. I gotta say, I've missed this airplane. I haven't flown it in a long time. Jeremy, it is the latest stable version. I'm not running the beta, Jeremy. I think there's a, I think in the beta you can use fix info now, but as far as the stable, you can't. All right, we're starting to stall it now. Let's go autopilot 1 in the turn. We're at 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and clean it up here. Lights are coming off. Ding the flight attendants. Come down here. Rad nav.
Yes,
we're going to go
sir.
ahead and clear this out. Secondary. Let's copy the active. Progress page. What is our arrival? RKPU. That is set. And we're going to go ahead and turn everything down here. It starts to get pretty loud at 10,000 feet, which is accurate. As you accelerate the aircraft, the wind noise will pick up. But I'm going to go ahead and turn everything down a little bit. So we're not just going to have headaches by the time we get up to our destination. But pretty juicy. Pretty juicy. But welcome, Jeremy. Glad to have you on the stream, man. I got to say, Jeremy, every time, I know I say it, I think I say it every time, but the countdown music, man, is, it just, even if I'm not 100% mentally hyped for a stream, which, you know, I'm pretty hyped all the time for a stream, but sometimes, some days are easier than others. As soon as I hear that countdown music, there's a part in your intro song on the Asia theme that as soon as I hear it, I immediately go from whatever, like 80% hype to 100% hype. Gets me ready every single time. So I do sincerely, again, appreciate the music that you've made for this channel, sir. 2 tons of love. How's it going, buddy? He says, is a 3080 purchase in the works? I don't know. We'll see, 2 tons. We'll see. Enhanced skyscapes can crash or scratch that itch while we wait for X-Plane 12. So I had the cloudscapes, right, which I didn't love. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't love for multiple reasons, especially the performance hit. But I know from what you guys have told me, skyscapes is a little bit better. But then I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Tom says melting or messing with skyscapes and the new Baltimore scenery is melting your rig. RIP bank account. Okay, so that makes me feel a little bit better then. I'm just going to wait for X-Plane 12. I think I am. You know, I'm not going to spend the money on cloud programs just yet with X-Plane 12 around the corner. If anything, I think I'll put my money towards a 3080. We'll see. Right now, I'm still on a mission to getting the ultimate Airbus peripherals, the side stick, the thrust setup, the curves exactly perfect. And once I get it set to, as real as I possibly can. I'm going to give you guys a detailed video on exactly how my peripherals are set up, but I'm on a mission because I think, and I think we lack, or people who, simmers who don't have the peripheral set up correctly for the Airbus, they lack that connection that you feel when you fly with a yoke, for example. Like when I fly any yoke-driven aircraft that I'm using my honeycomb yoke, it just gives you that extra connection. For some reason, the side sticks that I have right now, I'm not getting that same connection, but I'm on a mission to change it. Hopefully I'll have an update here for you soon when I get my new products, and then I'm going to go in depth on how to set it all up. But I think that might make a big difference. All right, we're looking good. Let's do a flyby, and then let's park the airplane outside for a minute. Al, what's up, man? Better late than never. Had to buy groceries. Wish you were there. Jeremy's music is pure fire. Al, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Always better late than never. Wow, ears are gone. My B2 volume control doesn't work with the BSS. But man, I love that livery. How about that livery? Berto says, I'm not sure what engine variant is, but it's a 320. I dig this view. Berto, thanks again for the $5 bomb, man. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. I love this view, that view looking right at the engine as well. But thanks again for your support, Berto. Appreciate it, man. Oh, it is an IAE. Okay, it looked like an IAE, but I couldn't say indefinitely. Christian, you got that Hawk coming up on you? That Viper airplane is... Look at that. There's Viper. He's catching everybody. Viper 2. Yeah, Japan 233. That's cool. Yeah, there's our reversal departure procedure. We don't have a super long flight, so we'll have to prep accordingly. Robin H, what's up, man? Finally made it to a stream. Hi, everyone. What's up, Robin? Glad to see you here. This is our turboprop FOMO stream. Yeah, I was looking at Captain Canada's, what was it, the Innsbruck approach, enhanced skyscapes. They were looking good. I gotta admit, they look good if you set them up right. But I wasn't happy with the cloudscapes, and I'm holding out right now. I'm holding out. Slam Kenny says, speaking of yoke, I can't wait to use the honeycomb on the FlyJ-8. Slam, not only that, I'm more excited for the Bravo on the FlyJ. I'm going to just set up my condition levers and prop levers. I'm not going to have any speed brake axis or flap axis, I don't think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up, well, actually, you might be able to do it, yeah, 2 and 2. I'm going to use 2 Airbus throttles, and I'm going to use 2 Boeing throttles for the FlyJ sim prop levers and condition levers. I cannot wait to be messing around with that, but I agree with you, Slam. The yoke, the honeycomb products are fantastic. They really are. They capture, they're high quality enough. I mean, they're high quality, and they're at a level of where you can really connect with the airplane in the sim. You know, and not every peripheral is the same, and everything is put at a different price point, and everybody has a different price point, and I understand that. But so with that being said, I'm on a mission to find the perfect Airbus peripheral setup. Working on some mods for the Bravo throttle as well, but I'm more specifically looking at getting a new stick for the Airbus. Flight Factory told us, oh man. Jeremy says, Flight Deck to Sim stream the Crew 400 as well. Goodness, I didn't even know he was streaming. Like I said, this stream wasn't planned. I hopped on YouTube and I saw Q8, Blue Games, and Captain Canada were all live, and I was just thinking, oh man, this is one busy day of airspace. But it's good. It's good. It means everybody can bounce around. You have anybody to choose from. I'll have to skip back and check out some of that Flight Deck to Sim Q400 stream. I didn't know he actually flew it yet. What X-Vision preset? This is the Vivid preset, Yanis. Matt, what's up, man? Ran home at lunch break. Did a quick flight from San Diego to LA while I ate. Something about the short flights that keep you on your toes. Matt, absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, Slam. The best part about turboprops is manipulating the props. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how it flies, from a PT6 to TPEs to Garrett's. You know, I've been fortunate enough to manipulate several. Never flown the Q400 or anything like that, but you know, between the PT6 and then the Garrett's, just manipulating props on the ground is the most fun you'll ever have. I'll go back. I say this. I've said it before. Get me a King Air, either a 350, probably a 350. 350 or maybe a souped out 200 Blackhawk engine upgrade. Pay me the same amount of money with the same schedule that I have now. I'll fly that for the rest of my career. I absolutely love turboprops. Something about it that just you can't really get in jets. And I don't know if it is the direct engine management. You know, the Q400 is a pretty good engine management FADEC system. You're not really manipulating the props too much. You got condition levers. So while it's much more automated than some of the older props that I'm used to, you still get that same vibe. Being able to feather engines, you know, to this day, I still, when we taxi into the gate, oh, wow, I think this is the sound bug here. I'm going to come back to 290. I know if you go too fast, the sound like gets really loud for some reason. But to this day, in real life, when I'm taxiing into the gate and I say, you know, we're going to single engine taxi in, 90% of the time, if my FO knows what's up, I'll just say feather 2. And, you know, most guys that have been around are like, feather 2, yeah. But, you know, now most modern FOs or next gen FOs never flown turboprops are like, what do you mean feather 2? But yeah, I always say feather 2 when we shut down. I used to love feathering the props on the ground, the PT6. Just that sound it makes. Jeremy says the Q400 sounds better, be good. I have high expectations. Jeremy, I've got the highest expectations. I've always said FlyJ Sim has some of the best like the 7.2 and the 7.3. And I don't know if they're underrated because they've been out for so long. They're not very popular amongst the content creators, at least the ones that I watch. You know, I feel like I don't frequently see the 7.3-200 or the 7.27 especially very often, but they are such great aircraft. Yeah, my expectations are extremely high for the Q, and what I've seen, like I said, I've just seen a few little clips from a couple guys that were out streaming today. It looks like it is going to be pretty darn good. And Jeremy, the huge part about turboprops is the sounds. From what I've heard, those sounds are sounding pretty darn good. So I can't wait to get my hands on it when it does release. I think it'll be a sweet airplane. Yeah, we can single engine taxi into the gate. Sure, man. Is the IAE performance modeled? No, Air America. So this is only a visual mod. One hell of a beautiful visual mod. Pack, have a good one, man. Take it easy. Thank you for stopping by, sir. Fubar, just reading back in the, check your XP Realistic for wind sounds. I don't have my XP Realistic on. I believe I got it off. Nope. No, it's the BSS pack. I've noticed once you go above like 310 knots, it just blasts my ears for some reason. Short flight, let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off, let them run. We're going to sit here and enjoy this engine view. Goodness. IAEs look so dang good. Sim Caesar flies the 7.2 very often. Neat plane. I've never heard of him. I'll have to check him out. Have I flown the DC-6 in Microsoft? I have not in a while, man. So I haven't been in Microsoft Flight Sim in a minute. But I plan on getting back. I plan on getting back in Microsoft Flight Sim here pretty soon. Especially because the scenery, you know, it's all there. Don't have to add any scenery. Papa Tango, what's up, sir? Thank you for the $1 bomb. Bad week at school. I'm sorry to hear that, man. You're going on a 320 tomorrow? I hope V1 can be my pod. Well, as of right now, I tell you, it's not going to be me, sir. About doing a Saratoga or Seneca tour. I don't know if we have any good Saratogas. Microsoft has a nice little Seneca. We might have to do some GA stuff in Microsoft Flight Sim. I'll have to take a look, man. I'll have to take a look. Thanks for your support, Papa Tango. Hopefully your week gets better, man. Traveling Bike says, from what I have seen in some streams, it's likely FlyJ Sim is going to raise the bar. Excuse me. Traveling Bike, I wouldn't, I wouldn't be surprised if they raised the bar. I would not be surprised at all. Uh-oh. Why did we have a frame drop here? Interesting. Christian, I had it mixed for the last stream, but at this stream I wanted to run all BSS. I like the straight up BSS better. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The FT Sim one is not my fave. Set manage speed, Mach. Hopefully the stream is still okay for you. I don't know what's going on here with a little bit of a hiccup there. Let's do one flyby, and then we're going to start looking at our approach, shall we? Thank you for the new subscription there, Matt. Appreciate it. Gosh, this airplane's beautiful. All right, now it's really loud inside the airplane. Turn it down to 10. It's not the weather. It's just like a fan. That's really loud. Life? Not environment ground. Oh well. Hopefully it's okay enough for you. What do I think is more realistic? Man, to be honest, they're both very similar. Yeah, my thing, I would suggest watching my comparison video. That's really the best way to do it. There's so much difference. There's so many differences in both airplanes, and the flight factor, it flies good if you make some curves. You definitely got to make some curves, or else it's just way too sensitive. But it still flies nice. I think it's going to fly even better once I get my settings perfect with my new setup. Slam says, I mean each passenger gets a boarding pass in the FlyJ. Yes, Slam. And you know what's funny is when I saw, or I think I read about that, about real-time boarding or something. I don't know how hard it would be, but I would like to suggest this to Tola. So maybe, I'm sure they're super busy with the release of the 340. Last thing they want to do is get right back into updating airplanes. But how cool would it be, a little detail like that, on the ISCS screen, if you just, instead of apply now, you just hit load. And it loads them at a real time, every few seconds, how many people get on. I think it's little things like that that really elevate a product, because it forces the simmer to comply, I guess, with a real-world scenario. So, in real life, we can't just hit load now and there we go, passenger on board, close the doors, let's go. You have to sit there and wait. And I think that's another reason why the P3D FS Labs Airbus is so captivating, because everything happens in real time. You can't just, unless you set it up, you can to do set up ready to go, but if you do a cold and dark, you can't just get in the, what's it called, in the P3D Airbus Flight Sim Labs and, instant load, close everything up and go. You actually have to wait for the fuel truck to arrive. It's going to pump on gas. Then you got to wait for the bags to load. And then you got to wait for the passengers to load. I think it's little things like that that will force the simmer to comply with a real life scenario that really drives the immersion level up. So I would love to see more of that and more add-ons. I don't even know, I know you have real-time fuel loading in the flight factor here, but I don't even know if there's any other airplanes that do that. The 74200 does it. The Fearless 747 does it, which is fantastic. What else? Is there any other airplanes that do real-time boarding? I don't know. But I think that's something that gets overlooked. All right, we're going to set up for the VOR 36 approach of VOR 36 with the ARC. We're going to do it as an overlay. At this point, let's go ahead and go direct to Hagu. That'll make our ARC life a little bit easier. Yep, there's our arc. Too steep path. Yeah. All right, that is set. Let's go. RKPU is in there. RadNav. I'm going to hard tune Usan, USN. We're going to do a 7-8 and 300 in the descent. What do we got for weather?
Romeo, Juliet, Oscar, Charlie. Airport information, Mike.
No, I can't. I mean, that's cool, but I can't. Where's my briefing? I'll just pull it up that way. Right now, briefing is temperature 8. Wind 315 at 5. QNH 1021. Set. At J20, what's going on, sir? Been a member for 20 months. 26 months. Look at that. Captain Bars. Awesome to see that, man. Thank you so much for your support. He says, hey, V1, unfortunately, I can't hang around to watch live, but thought I'd drop in to say good day. Stay safe and keep up the great work. Thank you so much, man, for your continued support on the channel. I will definitely try to keep up the great work for you guys. I know you're enjoying it. Really makes me happy you enjoy this content. Thank you again for your support, Adj. Appreciate you, man. Hope you have a good rest of your day. What do I prefer? CFM, IAE, man. Not a big performance difference. Not huge. I works better up high. Mike's Basement says Pack X in order to get the passenger and crew. Oh, you can use Pack X. Okay. But see, that's an add-on, right? Like, I mean, I guess, yeah, you could get it third party. I get it. Yeah. You can even have in-flight medical emergencies. That's crazy. I might have to look into it, Mike. We'll see. We'll have to see. I have to check out Pack X. But I think things like that, I mean, that's next level stuff, right? If it comes with the airplane, like FlyJSim, it's coming with the airplane. So, I don't know. I wish we saw more of it. MDA 760, we're going to add 50 feet to that. We'll call it 810 because it is a minimum decision height. Config full, VAP 138, transition altitude is 14,000 feet. We'll have terrain mode on my side. Does the fix info page work here? I don't think it does. I don't want to crash the airplane here. Can I do a 30-mile radius? No, I cannot. Alright, so the stable fix info does not work. Whatever. 18 miles top of descent. I'm going to set 10,000 feet here initially. We'll descend down to 10,000, then we'll slow down. As far as the approach is concerned, let's take a look at this. All right, we're going direct to Hagu at this point. It's an RNAV. I'm sorry, it's a GPS overlay with the VOR approach. So the FO, unfortunately, is going to be in VOR selected needles. We'll put him in VOR mode over here. And he's going to be monitoring. Our inbound course is 005. So what I'm going to do on the FO's McDo, let's come over here in the FO's seat, and I'm going to physically change his RadNav page. Well, it doesn't matter if his or mine. Frequency front course is F004, so it's already set. I'm actually going to put it in his page as well. USN course 005. Now, if we look at the FO, course 005 is hard tuned, and I can back that up here. I could do it in mine as well. What the heck? So you could see I got 005, and actually we could start a turn inbound at 173. So I'm going to put the FOs on 173. So you can see now his is showing 173. on VOR 2. And when his needle is centered, we're probably going to we'll start our turn all the way inbound to intercept. That's just kind of a heads up that, okay, you can probably turn all the way in. Because if you wait until the final approach course is centered, you're going to overshoot the arc. And look, it's over here. The highest terrain on this approach is outside of the final approach fix. So let's go ahead and start our descent. You do not want to be overshooting this final approach course. So you got to kind of lead in. This is a lead in radial. Once you hit 173, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start my turn inbound. Now, because we have a GPS overlay, we really don't have to worry about that. The aircraft will fly this in managed nav. So this is what we call just a regular approach. It's a, oh my gosh, managed approach. I can't think of the name. Wow, that's awful. It's not a selected. Selected would be we are both in green needles, or I guess in this case blue needles, and we are physically twisting and turning, heading and altitudes, vertical speeds to comply with the arc. But we have GPS, so we're going to fly it as an overlay, but we have to make sure we're backing it up with raw data, which we have set up here. We don't have to worry about the 120 radial. We don't need a hold there in the turn. Hopefully we'll be able to get down in time. I got 10,000 feet set, thrust idle, descent, put the TCAS into below mode, which is over here, and we are starting on down. We'll go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on. We're going to do a full, let's do low brakes. Actually, let's do 6,000 foot runway. Let's do medium brakes. Nah, we'll do low brakes, full reverse. Low brakes, full reverse, full flaps. Any questions? No questions. All right, fly by. Let's spend some more time outside in this beautiful, I mean, this is a beautiful model. Beautiful external model, you know. Haven't been giving any love to the Flight Factor in a while. Gio, what's up, man? Good to see you. IAE all day, every day. Yes, sir. Slam Cannon says when stuff like Pack X that is included with the add-on aircraft, it pushes other developers to compete with that, which is always a good thing. Exactly, Slam. Exactly. And, you know, it gives the consumer a more complete product, so in the long run, you end up saving money, right? Because instead of having to spend, I don't know how much Pack X is, you know, $20, whatever it is, I have no idea. And an airplane, you can just buy the airplane that already has that included. You're good to go. That's upping the level of add-ons that come to the market. So for too many years, X-Plane was plagued with subpar add-ons. I think everybody knows that by now. I'm really hoping that by X-Plane 12, we really have high standards set for payware aircraft. I really do hope that's a thing. Does your pre-flight brief? No, Matt. What happens is you'll get your landing at data performance numbers via ACARS, at least we do. Most airlines use ACARS. You'll get those numbers back and it will have a breakdown. If you use low brakes, this is how long it takes you to stop. If you use medium brakes, this is how long it takes you to stop. If you use maximum braking, which is standing on the pedals, and this is how long it'll take you to stop. So you take those numbers at 15%, 10%, whatever your additive is at your airline, and then you can make a decision based on other factors, right? That's one thing I always try to teach you guys here on this channel is don't just look at a runway and say, oh, I'm going to go low brakes, or oh, I'm going to go medium brakes. Take other things into consideration. First and foremost, how heavy is the airplane? So we don't have ACARS in the Flight Factor or in any Airbus and X-Plane, I don't think, other than the INI, but I don't think it has performance. Oh, the INI has performance data. But we don't really have any other landing data included with any other airplane. So what you got to do is do what we do in real life as well, and that's you look at other factors. How heavy are you? What's the outside air temperature? What flap configuration are you going to land in? Flaps 3 is good for really gusty winds, but you're going to have a higher ground speed coming across the numbers, so you're going to have to require more braking energy to slow down. That might heat up your brakes a little bit, right? So your flaps free, flaps full. What is the crosswind component? In real life, a lot of times I will use low brakes against my will, if I may, because of a strong crosswind component. Because in a very strong crosswind component, even though I like using manual brakes, I have a tendency, and most people will have a tendency, to press on the upwind side main brake pedal more than the downwind side. So what happens is now when you pull off the runway, you have a very high temperature split between brakes. So your left main may be 120 degrees, 150 degrees higher than your right main. So that's when I use auto brakes to have a nice symmetrical heating of the brakes and a strong crosswind. All those little things come into play. You know, a runway like this, 6,500 feet, it's not short, but it's not long. But we're also a pretty light airplane. We only have 4 tons of fuel on board or whatever it is, and there's light winds. We're going to be in config full. So I'm just going to use low brakes here. In real life, I'd use manual brakes, but my pedals are so not good that it's very hard for me to make fine adjustments with my brakes and stay on the center line in X-plane. That you've probably noticed by now. As soon as I touch the rudder pedals on the ground, we start going left and right down the runway, and that's, I probably should have got that should have been my priority, to spend money on getting new pedals, but I'd rather get joysticks and throttles and all that stuff. But that's why I'm using low brakes here in the sim, because it'll help keep me on the center line a little bit better. Yes, I've seen the new Embraers. I can't wait for them. They look pretty cool. I think so. FlyJ, INA, and Felis raised the bar on X-plane add-on in the last year. I totally agree with that statement. I have a question regarding step climbs. Is it usual to perform step climbs in the bus? On very long flights it is. So how would you do it in the flight factor? As the McDo won't allow you to type in the... Yeah, it doesn't work in the flight factor. I believe it works in the tolless aircraft. But remember, all it is just a reminder, as it is in the real airplane too. It won't automatically climb. What you have to do is you input your step altitude, and then when you reach that, it'll say step ahead, and you go ahead and step up to your altitude. And that just helps with your fuel planning purposes. Wow, beautiful evening here, coming into the coast of Korea here. This is just beautiful. No clouds, calm winds. Let's go ahead and hustle down here on the descent a little bit. A little bit of spoid brake. I've got the SafeTech Pro Flight pedals, but they've been through probably 6 moves. The springs are broken completely on the right pedal, so whenever I put a right input in, I have to push with my left foot to bring it back to neutral. The center spring is pretty busted up. The brake springs are busted, so if I press on the toe brakes, I have to press on the heels to turn the brakes off. But they still work, so I'm hanging on. This is an A320 CEO, which is a current engine option. What? Oh. Below profile, that's why. Do a flyby, shall we? I'm trying to find a good 320 for X-plane. Well, look no further. Flight factor 320. If you want a 19 or 21, Tollus has also fantastic aircraft. I've heard good stuff about Thrustmaster pedals. Yes, Christian, I still got the Pampers box. Matter of fact, while I was talking, I was adjusting my pedals to make sure they stay on this one there, because the right, they tend to slide to the right a little bit. I got to catch it before it slides off, and then I lose control of the rudders completely. But yeah, Pampers box is still going strong, keeping the rudder pedals in position on the floor. Andy, you got the MFG Sim. Those are really nice. I've heard a lot of good things about the MFG. So we don't have an APU, so we'll have to do we'll do a single engine taxi into the gate, and then we'll make sure we hook up the ground power before we shut down, or else you'll go completely dark. I thought it was current engine option. It might be classic engine option. Basically, not a Neo. Maybe it is classic now. How we doing on the spacing here? Everybody's looking good. Viper 2.2's backed off. There's 298. Oh, I'm cutting the corner. Nice. Look at that. Maybe I'll catch up to this guy. CH products very good. Had for 15 years. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about CH. All right, we're at a 14,000. Let's go ahead and pull our QNH. It was 1014, I believe. Nope, 1021. 1021, 1, 2, and 3 times set. Low brake set. Sent checklist. Good to go. Let's get our volumes back up outside a little bit here. Do a flyby. We're simulating having a no APU today. Oh, that's kind of a nice shot right there. Korea. It is current, Gab. Thanks. Well, sounds like we just leveled at 10. We're going to go ahead and keep coming down. Let's go all the way down to 5,000. I'm going to vertical speed us down here so we're not... Let's see, we are 20 miles, 5, 10, 15 miles out. Dial the speed back 250 knots. What the heck, we'll just go open. Let's get our Korean speed brakes out. Here they come. Love the lights on the Flight Factor. How do I calculate the V-speeds in the Flight Factor? They're calculated for you, and then I just take a few knots off that for V1. Be good to go. Because if you press on V2 or VR and V2, it will automatically populate for you. So then you just take a couple knots off the V1 and you'll be good to go, barring any abnormal runways. Mike, I'm not sure about that as far as single engine. I would imagine 1 and 4 would be good to shut down. I know you want to keep 2 going for the parking brake, so that's probably pretty important to have running. So probably 2 and 3 running. That seems like good logic to me. Does the 319 come with a Neo, not in sim but in real life? I believe it does, and I believe there's orders, but I don't think any have actually been delivered. I've seen pictures of, the test 319 Neo flying around. The 319 Neo would be absolutely kick-ass of an airplane because you would have some serious legs on the Neo, and it's just big enough to be bigger than the C-Series aircraft to the 220 series. So I would love to see 319 Neos flying around, but I just don't know if they are worth their price for the market they will serve. But we'll see. COVID shook a lot of things up in the airline industry, but we'll see. I know it was definitely an option, and I know orders were placed, but I do not believe any were actually delivered yet. What is the ideal flare pitch in the 320? The one where you don't hit the tail. Anywhere below 11.7 degrees. Call that unemployment attitude. Man, I don't know if it's just because I haven't flown this airplane in so long, but this plane just looks so clean, doesn't it? Like, so sharp. Such a good external model. One more slow cinematic pan around here, and we'll go back inside. This has got to be up there with one of my favorite 320 liveries. I don't know why, but this livery is just jiving with me. I love this here, this like kind of fade away belly. I love belly paints. Belly paint on airplane is perfect. I love belly paints. And this is a nice little fade away here. With the IAE motors, even just better. Just so much juice right here. Look at those motors. I love Airbus. Alright, we're probably getting high and behind here, so let's go ahead and focus. We got 250 selected. We're open down to 5,000. I'm going to go spoid brake out. I'm going to pull us back to 180 knots. I'm also going to activate and confirm the approach phase. Let's check our traffic out here. Alright, on the approach, 5,000 at Hagu, we can go all the way down to 1,400 feet after Hagu. So as soon as we cross Hagu at 5, I'm going to dial in 1,400, and then we can actually app nav this approach, even though we're VOR. There's speed alt star, approach mode arm, app nav final blue, VFE next minus 10, flaps 1. Oh my goodness, hit the like button for this. Come on, if you've not hit the like button already, how about slats in the turn? So much juice right there. That's almost as cool as single engine taxiing. Slats in the turn, baby. Wow. Alright, we're going to dial up 1,400 feet because we are going to be high here. We're out over the water. Let's go open, see if we can catch up to it. Spoid brakes out. We got to slow to 180. We're already turning in. Look at our VOR. Wait a second. What are you doing here? Wait a second. No, sir. You are not flying the arc. Heading. Why did you not fly the arc? VFE next minus 10 flaps 2. Heading. Oh boy. We just made a mockery of this. Okay. Here we go. Round gauge. We're going to arc. We got to do it manually. It's a 10 DME arc until the front course. I'm coming back out. Let's go ahead and slow our ground speed down a little bit. Let's bring it back to 160. VFE next minus 10, flaps 3. She did not want to fly the arc for some reason. So now we're open descent heading. We're going back out to 10 miles. We're 8.4. You guys get a little bonus footage today. Let's go ahead and arm the spoid brakes. Manually arcing now. So our front course is 005. On this heading, we're pretty much gonna be all right, but wow. That sweet RTX. I wish I had an RTX, man. So we're going all the way back out to 5 miles or 10 miles. Ooh. USN course 005 is tuned in. I don't know what happened. It's almost like it app nav'd all the way in for. I don't know. That's right. We're doing an 8-mile arc now. Bank angle check. That was a 100% bank angle check right there. This is what we call bank angle check. I'm going to round this out a little bit. Let's go 10 degrees. Let's go 250 on the heading. We're speed 160, flaps 3, 27 for 1,400 feet. We're looking good. 9.2. What was our lead-in radial? 173. So if I look at the tail of this, there's 170. It's almost at 173. As soon as this hits 173, I'm going to set up an intercept heading for 005 inbound. So here we go. There's 170 on the tail. Remember, 173, and you see our position actually matches there, cheat mode. 173, all right, so now I'm going to start cheating in with my heading. I'm going to set up a 45-degree intercept, split the offset here, about a 320 on the heading. Here's our course coming in. I'm going to go track FPA. So now I'm actually doing a ground track. Speed out track, we're 1400. Final approach fix inbound is at 5 miles. After that, we can start our descent down. But you know, we've got the runway in sight, so let's hand fly it. We got replay. So at this point, I'm going to go autopilot off. Flight director's off. We're actually getting bonus footage here. We're hand flying a VOR approach here. Final approach course will be 005, so I'm going to dial that in. Seatbat Pockwick, thank you so much for the $5 donation, sir. He says, 2 319 Neos in the air right now, both ACJs, 220 cannibalization is real. Seatback, thank you so much, man, for your support on the channel. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you. There you go, guys. There's your info on the 319 Neos. Good stuff. All right. So we're just going to hand fly this sucker in. We're almost 1,000 feet above. Field elevation was 28 feet, call it 100 feet. All right, no more paying attention to chat. Let's get back on it here. Ulsan traffic, Asiana 357, run final for runway 36 to Ulsan. The heck is this runway? Yeah, 36. Manage speed, gear down. Going on altitude, we'll go ahead and set to, should have briefed that. $4,000. Oh my gosh, fly the airplane. We're S-turning. We're bank angle checking hard on this approach, I'll tell you that right now. Flaps full, landing checklist, cabin crew advised, auto thrust, speed, ECAM memo. What? No glide slope. Landing all green, landing checklist complete. I don't know why.
100 above.
They'll glide slope at me. We're a little bit low, but there's definitely no glide slope out here. Alright, we were bank angle checking the whole way down. We got a nice little crosswind from the left here. Two whites, two reds. 3-degree path there, putting the tail of the flight path marker right on the horizon. Not really paying attention to the VDEV. We are visual. We're landing. Beautiful sunset approach.
400.
Should I bring it in extra low for cinematic
300.
purposes? Let's do that. Let's bring it in 3 reds so we get a better flyby view on the runway.
200.
Nice little scenery here.
100.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be right on it.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 5.
Spoilers! Why are we in Toga mode? Oh my god. What is going on? Go around flaps. Watch the tail. Positive rate. What the heck? Why did we go Toga? Ulsan traffic, Asiana 357 going around. Why did it go into Toga instead of reverse? Why is the parking brake on? What? What? 352 on the heading. Autopilot 1, auto thrust. Open climb.
Busan traffic, Asiana 298, 4 mile final for runway 36.
Thrust climb, open climb. Flaps 1. Holy crap. We literally almost died first ever on stream. What was that? Everything went to Toga. There was no reverse green up here. That's why that's... I don't think I said reverse green. That's why you look at that. Alright, let's resequence. I know the missed approach takes us out over here to the left. We're going to come resequence. Ulsan traffic, Asiana 357. We're going to resequence for another approach after Viper to Ulsan. Speed alt star 4,000, flap 0 after takeoff checklist, set speed 250 knots. Alright, let's reassess. Flaps up, seatbelt sign on, that's off. Everything is good, we'll kill those lights. Holy shit! Slam cannon, what is life? Oh my gosh. That was not good. Alright, let's resequence out here over the water. I guess Viper's not here anymore, that's fine. Let's load up for another approach. Activate, confirm. Let's go direct to Haegu, insert, nav. What is up with this approach? It doesn't want to arc. Like, look at that. It doesn't want to arc for some reason. It didn't do that on the practice flight. It did not do that on the practice flight. Steve says, good save, I must say. Dude. Check your reverser binding. It used to work before. Alright, let me get back up to 5,000 so we don't hit any freaking terrain here. Thrust climb, open climb. Hold the phone here. We're in Bravo 320, Bravo quadrant. Toggle reverse 1, toggle reverse 2. Hold reverse 1 at max, hold reverse 2 at max.
Busan traffic, Asiana 298, backtrack on runway 18. Busan.
Back to climb. Let's climb. I don't know what happened there, guys. Let's try it again. Looks like we're doing a selected arc again. This time, except we're going to join for the arc from the outside. Golly. Why is our box... See, it should draw the arc here. I don't know why it's not drawing the arc. And we're starting to get a little bit lower on gas here, y'all. 26 minutes, alright. I thought this was pounds. I about had a heart attack. Alright, we're going to hand fly the arc again. Oh, jeez. Phantom 320, just plain Phantom. XP-72 would have parked in the hangars. Oh, you're a savage, man. You're an absolute savage. I have full faith in XP-72. He would have been just fine, man. He might have been in the tree line, though. We almost ended up in the trees. There was nothing good about that. I looked at it, I was like, we're not getting reverse green, and the brakes were activating, and I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you now. We're going to try it again. Let's go ahead and go medium. No, you know what? I'm gonna go manual brakes on this, alright? How are brakes looking anyway?
Busan traffic, Asiana 298 vacated, 36 on Alpha.
Ulsan traffic, Asiana 357, about 5 miles from Haegu. We'll be starting the arc into the east here, Ulsan. Alright, let's go ahead and slow it down. Come back to 180 knots. I put it on idle, yeah. Special no APU flight with no reversers. Not only do we not have reversers, our reversers trigger Toga thrust. That was a near disaster, guys. No joke. Near disaster, which is funny. I mean, it's not funny, but I had an Asiana student when I was flying freight, actually, VFNX minus 10 flaps 1, who instead of selecting reverse thrust on the PT6s and the turboprop we're flying, instead of pulling the reversers or the thrust, what are they, power levers to reverse, he pulled the props all the way to feather. Like, oh my gosh, on a short runway too. All right, here we go. We're gonna start the arc outbound. We're gonna set 1400 feet here. I'm not even gonna mess around. We're just gonna go vertical speed, 1800. We'll try the selected. VFE next minus 10 flaps 2. Thank you, AJ, for the $5 bomb. I missed a couple of donations there. Let me get back to CPAC. Thank you for yours. AJ, thank you for your $5 bomb. General questions beside vertical speed table PFD. Is there an actual landing vertical speed displayed anywhere? Not a vertical speed. Not a vertical speed anywhere. Alright, we're going to just kind of hand fly this arc out here. 180 knots. We'll actually come back to 170 selected. We're not able to slow down and go down. You could use a fixed info page. That would be you could do it as well. Right now we're just going to use our DME and heading. We're actually going to go track FPA on this one as well. I don't know why I can't get her down 170 knots here. There's 10 miles. Turn it in. Twist 10, turn 10 essentially is what we're doing. Alright. Landing lights are coming on. Let's try this again, shall we? Russell. Thanks, man. That was an underwear changing procedure. I'm surprised the brakes aren't cooked by now. Well, they released. As soon as I went Toga, they should have released. I'd be curious to watch the replay on that. We'll have to see if we can pull the replay up. They're not cooked. They weren't running. They weren't on the whole time. I know what you're saying. They weren't on the whole time. All right, where's our 173? We're not quite there yet. We're holding 10 miles. 2200 for 1400 feet. Ulsan traffic, Asiana 357, getting ready to turn inbound, final approach course for runway 36, Ulsan. Get ready to level here at 1400 feet. Let's go ahead and prep the cabin. They're good to go. Let's come in another 10, 250. Out star. Well, this is where we should have been on our arc. Arc is looking much better. We're getting ready to have a 173 course inbound. We overshot a little bit on that last one, so I'm gonna do it a little bit early here. I'm actually gonna come back to 160, get that radius to turn down. There's 170 lead-in radial, 173 close enough. So now let's go ahead and start turning inbound. Set up about a little bit shallower here since we turned earlier. Getting dark out here. All right, here comes the final approach course. It's alive. Start coming around. Go flaps 3, out of sequence here a little bit. Keep turning. You can see this final approach course is not exactly lined up with the runway. Runway's in sight. How did you set the parking brake get turned on? That doesn't make any sense. Anthony, I agree. I don't know how the parking brake was on. Something got messed up somewhere. The whole thing got messed up, man. All right, we're centering that needle now as we turn it in track mode. A little bit of crosswind from the left. Ulsan traffic, Asiana 357, we're on final 36, Ulsan. I'm not even going to arm the approach this time. Just going to do 100% hand flown. Only 400 feet above our 1,000-foot stable window, but we're looking good because we're already in flaps config 3. Go ahead and arm the spoid brake. Okay, that's armed. Armed. All right, here we go. Autopilot's coming off. Flight director's off. Manage speed. Go around altitude is important, right? Because we went around once. Ground altitude is set 4,000 below. And I see the runway, so I'm not going to follow the course anymore. I'm going to line up for the runway. Go gear down. Flaps full, landing checklist. Cabin crew advise, auto thrust, speed. Auto brakes are off. ECAM memo. Wait for the gear. Landing all green, landing check is complete. Alright. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't sweating a little bit. I'm gonna monitor this. If it goes into Toga, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
100 above.
I'm gonna bring him to idle. I'm really gonna delay on the reversers on this one. So you know what? Last minute change. We're gonna go medium brakes, and I'm gonna delay on the reverser. Ooh, just got juicy for replay mode. Oh my goodness. If you're just tuning in, hit the like button for that shot, huh? Alright, I'm also going to bring it in a little bit low again because we may need the extra runway. Parking brake is off. Auto brakes medium. Landing inhibit. Everything is looking good. You can see here is if you were following that, it'd be off just a little bit. That's normal on a VOR approach. There's our 3 reds. We're going to ride that in on this approach.
300.
Let's ride in 3 reds.
200.
Back to 2 reds. There's 3.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 20, 10, 5.
I'm not getting any reverse thrust. Manual brakes. Why are we not getting any reverse thrust? That is bizarre. Gosh, we're gonna have hot brakes. Ulsan traffic, Asiana 357, we're gonna back taxi to the ramp on 36, Ulsan. This shouldn't come up on the runway anyway, this should be inhibited. Let me see, even my old bindings don't work. I don't know what's going on with that. That's a cool shot there with the spoid brakes full up. I don't know what's going on. Let's clean it up. The binding is there and it worked earlier. Something got jacked. Gremlins. Does the flight factor have faults? I don't think we have any faults going on right now. Nope, all faults are clear. Oh, wait a second. Native. Check this out. Yep, there's reverse green. So I was messing around with sound packs and I had to make a new flight factor folder, and this needs to be on negative input. Without native input, what happens is it tries to do some funky stuff. That's why it went Toga. So now, yep, we got reverse. I feel like we need to do another landing just so we can listen to the reverse thrust. Either that or Carda gave me some bad engines. Problem solved. Wow. I don't even know what our landing rates were. The first one felt hard. The second one, I didn't even look. I was just trying to make sure we stopped. Hey. We're here. A little bit later than usual. Sorry for the delay, y'all. I'm gonna need to pour myself a stiff bourbon after this one. Let's go ahead and kill 2 because you want a single engine taxi and I'm mad at that engine. Ooh, let's park over here by my friends. I should put this on the hard stand because this needs to go straight to maintenance. Is there a hard stand available? Oh, I guess I only have hard stands. Way to leave me the hard stand, guys. No one left me a gate out here? Jeez. I need to taxi this plane straight to the hangar. We are single engine taxiing. Look at that beautiful Carda engine spooling down. I don't even know where the line is anymore. I wasn't paying attention. Let's park it like this. Brake set. And we need to go ground power. This is definitely want to make sure you do that. External power is on. Electrical page. External power available. Engine 1. Need a stiff bourbon, Carda. You gave me, Carda, because you gave me faulty engines, I think I'm going to need the CFMs before the night's over. I need a CFM test version tonight, sir. These engines, they failed on me. They failed the first time I took them up on the tow list. We had an engine failure. Now the reversers weren't working. Carda had the rigging backwards on the attenuators. I'll put that on the write-up. 5% N1 will kill the beacon, will kill... The yellow pump should have been off anyway. I don't know why that's on the whole time. That's a bug. Seatbelt sign off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ulsan. We got our strobes on. Check your strobes, noob. Here we are. Nicely done. Let's take a look at the replay, shall we? Go replay mode. I'm going to disconnect from VATSIM. Is Jetstar... Jetstar wouldn't even be in Korea, would it? Or would it? I don't know. This guy still got his beacon on over there. Hey, check your beacon, man. All right, let's go ahead and disconnect. They're out of here. Let's take a look at the replay mode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the ground cart because I don't want the ground cart to be there in replay mode with us. So we're going to go like this. We're going to back it up. Let's see if we can find the first approach. We're all dark. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, we'll watch this one from the dark side here. We'll get a little, what music do we have here? Since we don't have replay sounds. Because Flight Factor, doing Flight Factor things. All right, let's watch this. I need a cigarette. Let me out, please, Berto. Jeez. I need more than a cigarette, my friend. This is one where definitely be leaving if that happened to you in real life and you cleared the end of the runway that close, and after you're done with your investigation and drug tests and all that, because it's going to be a long night for you for sure. Look over the FO, be like, hey man, drinks are on me tonight. Is there a bar over here? Anybody familiar with this part of Korea? Is there a nice local bar we can head to? Let's watch this from the tower view. Let's see what Tower saw here initially. Man, this is just a beautiful stream. I don't know why. As crazy as it's been. The colors and the lighting has been really nice tonight. Jetstar has a Japanese section called Orange Liner. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. All right, here we go. Here's our first botched attempt. I wish we could see what happened here in the cockpit. All right, we had a smasher. We had a 300 foot per minute. That's pretty standard. Activation of the speed brakes, auto brakes. So right here, you see how the spoid brakes went down? So this is when I went to select reverse thrust. I'm going to pause it. Okay, so now the airplane went into Toga mode at this point, which is almost halfway down the frickin' runway, which is not good. So let's continue what happened. I tried to activate it, try to get braking, and I said, nope, let's just get out of here. Full Toga. And look, the spoid brakes came up multiple times. Something was glitched. Something was glitched. 1,000 feet left. Oh my God. Let's go. Please tell me I can watch this runway view. Yes, I can. Okay, this is what you don't want to see on the arrival end of a go-around. Here we come. Full board. Nice center line. 10 for 10 on the center line, yeah? I said, screw it. We out of here. Almost hit the tail. But you got to clear the fence. If it comes to hitting the tail or going into the fence, you got to hit the tail on that. That is a go-around for the ages. Oh, we got some... Oh, do we have some sound? Let's watch it from this view here. Yeah, Christian, I know. FT Sim would have had to replay sounds. I know. Look at this engine. Does this just not look extra juicy tonight? Something with my sim is like on high. It feels like. Everything just looks so sharp and clean for some reason. Alright, so here we go. Here's our smasher. Right on the markers, though. No reverse activating. Yeah, we need a massive Jack Daniels after that. That's exactly what I'm going to have when I get home. Look at that. Go around flaps. Up we go. Positive rate. Gear up. Wow. That's going to be in the highlight of Asia Pacific Tour. No doubt that's going to be in the highlight. All right, let's see what we ended up doing here at the very end. So we'll go ahead and continue to skip forward. We're turning final here. What other songs do I have on here? Ibiza house mix. Oh. I guess we can listen to a little bit of Ibiza. Nope. It's our countdown song. We can't listen to that on arrival. I guess we'll start the sail. We'll start it. Let's skip forward a little bit here, or else we'll never get there. Thank you, Berto. I tell you what, all my years flight simming, I don't think I've ever had that happen, where we're in some type of Toga glitch button with the parking brake going on and off. That was something really messed up about that. Beautiful approach here over the water, though. What just a stunning time of night to fly. I'm kind of sad we're leaving Korea now. That's the IAE, though. I'm sure CFMs would have been fine, but if I got to go around last minute like that, give me those IAE motors. I got faith in them. Yeah, Mike's exactly. It's like Toga, no Toga, Toga, no Toga. There was some... Maybe I have a conflicting binding, or maybe my... Well, you know what it was. We saw it. It was the setting in the EFB mod. Or in the EFB. Alright, here we go. I'll let you guys watch a long replay when I get out of here. I just want to see this landing. And then I'm going to get out of here. Coming in over the threshold. Yeah, Robert, we shut her down. 253 on the touchdown on that one. I was very focused on... Yeah, see, they did it again. Well, it was definitely an interesting approach and landing. But I still had fun. I hope you did too. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button for me on the way out of here. I feel like I said that a dozen times in this stream. If you don't like it by now, you don't like it. But I appreciate every single one of you hanging out with me. Thank you for all the support, all the memberships, all the donations, super chats. Thank you guys. Mods, thank you for being here, keeping everybody in line. I appreciate you. Carda, I'll be expecting those CFM engine mods in my inbox here before the night is up. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya!